श्री स्वामी समर्थ. गुरुर् ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. परमपूज्य मोरे दादा, परमपूज्य गुरु माऊली यांना वंदन करून आपण आपल्या क्लासला सुरुवात करूया. Good afternoon, folks. How are you all? Hope you all are doing great. Good afternoon, each and all present here for the live session. So let's start our day with this thought which is displayed on the screen. Appreciate what you have before it turns into what you had. So appreciate what you have in the present and learn to value it. If you do not value it, it will turn to what you had. And then you will realize that what I have is no more now, and that is the past. So we have to appreciate what we have in the present. We have to live in the present. And that is the topic that we are discussing nowadays in the class. Present tense. Yes, you all are right. All right. So I would like to welcome each and all of the learner present here today at the Accent Academy. Yes. So far we have learnt about subject, verb, object. We started with the number, that is singular, plural. Then we also revised about the first person, second person, third person pronouns. Then we learnt about different form of verbs. We started with the present tense. Then we moved to the past and the future. So we have covered maximum part of our journey, I feel. So ज्यांनी कोणी आतापर्यंत क्लासेस अटेंड केलेले नसतील, आय रिक्वेस्ट देम टू वॉच दी अर्लियर व्हिडिओज. त्यांनी आधीचे व्हिडिओज बघायचे आहेत आणि त्याच्यानंतरच त्यांना पुढच्या क्लासची लिंक लागेल. दे विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टँड व्हॉट इज गोइंग इन द today's class. So if you're watching, it's fine, but you have to go back and watch the earlier classes. Once you watch the earlier classes, things will be clear. You will understand the basics before you move on to today's class. All right. So Shruti Varadkar, hello. All right. So let's move ahead. And this is the thought that we discussed in the beginning of our session. Appreciate what you have before it turns into what you had. So have and had is what we are going to discuss in today's class. So when are we supposed to use have, and in which situations are we supposed to use had? So we have been learning about simple present tense, simple past, and simple future tense. And we have learned how to use do, how to use does. All right. Chitra Dhaval, you watch the video completely. Yes, in the earlier few minutes, it's not audible, but later I feel it's audible. It's much clearer. All right. So have and had, there are different situations in which you can use have and had. Have and had we use prominently. We use have and has prominently in simple present tense. I'm talking about have and has. If you look at the examples given here, it depends on the first person, second person, and third person. If you all are remembering, we learned that in first person we use I. In the second person we use you or they, and then we use he, she, it in the third person. All right. Font is not clear. All right, I'll make it clear. Okay, then we learned how to use do and does. Do is used in the case of I, you, we, they, whereas does in you is used when we talk about he, she, it. Okay, and similarly, we learned about what are the verbs, how, when to add s, when not to add s, when to use irregular forms of verbs. Yes, we use do before the verb when we talk about when we use I, you, we, they in the sentence. I think it's clear, Shruti Varadkar. Yes. All right. Now let's move on to using have, had, and has. But before that, we learned that we are supposed to use s after the verb. Okay, if the verb is singular, we add s. If the verb is if the subject is singular, we add s after the verb. If the subject is plural, we do not add s after the verb. Okay, and then we also learned about verbs which end with y. Yes, verbs with which end with y. If the verb is ending with y, do we what do we do? I expect answers from y'all. If the verb ends with y, what how do we write the past form of ied? Yes. Similarly, if it is plural, we use ies. Okay, but if there is a consonant before y, we do not make any changes, right? Similarly, if it is ending with ch, if it is ending with sh, if it is ending with z, if it is ending with s, then we are supposed to add es to make the verb singular. Okay, to make the verb singular, we are supposed to add es in case of verbs which end with sh, ch, x, or s. All right, now we will see we will take few examples about verbs which end with sh, ch, s, and z. Okay. She catches the train late in the evening. So here, what can be the verb? What can be the verb? So we are meeting after 3 days. So let me see how many of you remember what is the verb. I hope the screen is clear now. Catch is the verb. Yes, Sonali Khindre, catch is the verb. And she catches the train late in the evening. So when we are talking about third person, she is the third person, we are adding es after the verb catch because our verb ends with ch. Because our verb ends with ch, we have added es after the verb. So many of you have asked me in the earlier classes when to add es and when to add only s. So this is basically this class we have dedicated only to understand about when to add es, when to add s, and further we will learn how and when to use have, has, had in our sentences. All right. So catches is one of the example wherein the verb ends with ch. Okay. I think now the screen is pretty well. Black side repeat. Back side repeat, please. All right. So you want the earlier slide. All right. I'll change it to the earlier slide. Yes. Yes. So should we go back to our examples? Yes. Let's take one more verb. One more example of the verb. Yes. The cook smashed potatoes for the fries. The cook smashed potatoes for the fries. Is this sentence correct? Yes. Smash is the verb over here which ends with sh. What change do we have to do here in the verb? The cook smashes potatoes. Smashes. Smash ends with sh. So at the end of the verb, we are supposed to add es. So it will become the cook smashes potatoes for the fries. I hope you all are copying it down. Yes, in this sentence, the plumber fixed the leakage. The plumber fixed the leakage. Is the sentence correct? And if it is not, I expect the correction from your side. You are supposed to tell me where is the sentence incorrect, what is missing in this sentence, or why is the sentence incorrect. Fixes the verb. Yes, you all are right. Prachi Burkul, Kavita Burkul, Prachi Sapre. Yes. Fixes. Yes. Instead of fix, it has to be fixes because the verb here ends with x. Because the verb ends with x and we are talking about third person singular, fix will become fixes. Okay. So make the change over here. It is the plumber fixes. And try to say the sentence. Is it plumber? This word, the subject in the sentence, is this word pronounced as plumber? No, if you pronounce it like this, it's not correct. It has to be plumber. B is going to be silent over here. When I say silent means you are not supposed to make the sound of B. It's plumber. Okay? B sound you are not supposed to make. It's plumber. Such words are called silent words. Like in knife, it's not knife. We say it's knife. Okay? Like a comb, we say it's a comb. It's not a comb. Okay? So B is silent over here. So mind it. Next time when you are using, use it properly, pronounce it properly. It's plumber. Yes. So I hope when to use es and when to add only s, these doubts are clear as far as these are present tense. Oh, coward, coward. You're not supposed to say coward. It's coward, coward. And most prominently, being we have to have a neutral accent when we are talking. It should not be a British or an American accent. It has to be a neutral accent. Neutral means neither British nor American. दोघांमधलं कुठलंही नाही. It has to be a neutral accent. So when we are saying it in a neutral accent, it should be C should be pronounced at ख ख ह आतल्या आत आवाज आला पाहिजे. And when you say k, it has to be purely k, and only then you will be able to pronounce it correct, write it correct. Many a times तुम्ही जर गृहिणी असाल आणि तुम्हाला तुमच्या मुलांना शिकवायचं असेल करेक्ट pronunciation. Why is correct pronunciation important for those children who are studying at school? Because they pronounce it correct, they write it correct. And if they write it correct, they can avoid spelling errors. Okay? So correct pronunciation is important. First step is listening. They should listen the correct pronunciation. Second is they should speak it correct. If they speak it correct, they read it correct. If they read it correct, then the last stage, the later stage, they write it correct. Okay? So it has to be coward and not covered. Okay? C sound is ka and not ka. Ka is for K. Kite, king, it's K. And for C, it is cat, cow. All right. Let's move ahead with the today's topic, that is have, has, had. Yes. Have we use whenever we talk about, yes. Whenever we talk about first person, we are supposed to use have. I have a pen. See, first thing, try to understand have is prominently used when we talk about belonging. Belonging म्हणजे माझ्याकडे एखादी वस्तू आहे. When we talk prominently about belonging, belongingness, that is where we talk about uh, have. We are supposed to use have to show possession. Possession means I have that thing. Okay, I possess that thing. To show a possession. I have a pen. I have म्हणजे माझ्याकडे हे आहे. ओके, आय पजेस दिस, आय हॅव दिस. माझ्याकडे अमुक वस्तू आहे, माझ्याकडे अमुक कला आहे. ओके, आय हॅव द स्किल टू स्पीक. ओके, आय हॅव अ हाऊस, आय हॅव अ कार. So you can frame sentences. Come on, now it's your turn to frame sentences. I have a mobile. Okay. So you start with simple sentences. आधी तुम्ही simple sentences नि start करा. As you move further with practice, you can start with the complex ones. I have a skill of drawing. Okay. I have a home. Yes, Sumedha Dharmadhikari. I have a mango. Okay. I have a car. I have a computer. Wonderful. So you understood when are we supposed to use have. What is the meaning of have? But then when to use have? Have is used in case of simple present tense when we talk about first person and second person. You have a book. I have a book. I is first person, you is second person. So I have a car, you have a car. You, they. Okay, when we say they also we use have. They have a beautiful house. Okay, now onwards, yes, I want you all to make your sentences complex as we move towards further. I want your sentences to be complex. Okay, those who are there with me right from the beginning, now your basic level you have achieved and you are above that. Okay, and when you are above a basic level, you have to come out of that zone. You have to come out of your comfort zone, try to make complex sentences. And when you are making complex sentences, subject, verb, object, तिथेच नाही थांबायचंय. Try to add an adjective. So next class, as we complete about these tenses, I'll be uh, I will be keeping a next class on adjectives, so that you can understand where and how to use adjectives. But for now, try it from your side so that I can understand what is your level. Okay, I have a book. I have I have watched the lecture. I am watching. Okay, I have a fridge. All right. Okay, I have a brother. Okay. All right, so now it's clear when to use have. Then when do we use has? Has we are supposed to use when we talk about third person. We talk about third person. He, she, it. See, here we talk about third person. He, she, it. We use has. He, she, it has. I, you, we, you, they have. Okay, you can make a note of this in your book. I hope you all are maintaining the book and you're noting down the important points. I have a strength. I have strength to do work. Okay, I have a son. All right. Okay. Yes. So by now, if you all have noted, so now I'm going to give you a mix of sentences wherein you have to fill in the blanks with have and has. Okay. Once I feel that you all are thorough with this have and has, we will move to had. All right. She dash high fever today. What are you going to fill in this dash? What are you going to fill in this blank? She dash high fever today. I expect answers from you all. Are you going to use have or has? Yes, yes. Many of you say that it is has. Any of you having another opinion other than has, if you feel that the answer could be okay. So maximum of you feel that the answer should be has. Charushila Patil, it is has because we are talking about today. It is present tense, third person. He, she, it. Whenever we talk about he, she, it has to be has and not have or had. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's move to the next one. They dash an enjoyable trip. Present tense. In present tense, what are you supposed to use here? Has or have? Yes, Sachin Ghotekar, you are right. But I will not reveal the answers because I expect more answers. Wonderful. Vinita Kayande, Kavita Burkul. Okay, Prajakta Amrutkar, you're right. Mahendra Komatkar, had, we are not doing because that is in past tense. Okay, so Mahananda, all right. So you all have to be very clear that had we are not going to use in present tense. Now we are discussing sentences based on present tense. Only where you have to be careful is first person, second person, and third person. If the pronoun is in any of the first or second or third, accordingly you have to change your have or has, the helping verb over here. Okay. Yes, Nikita Shinde. No, not had. It has to be have. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. One more. Yes, the girls dash doubts in the topic. Have or has? The girls have or has? Yes. Have. Manisha Deshmukh says has. Aparna Vaghmare says has. Ashwet Ghodke says has. Ravindra Nagwekar says has. Okay, so many of them have an opinion that the girls has doubts in the topic. All right. So all those who have given me answers as has, can you give me a reason why it has to be has and not have? When we say the girls dashed out in the topic, what does it becomes? Is it a first person, second person, or third person that we are talking about? The girls are third person singular, yes. Yes, Sachin Ghotekar. Who else? Girls is plural, okay. Okay, Sachin Ghotekar says because it is third person, has will come. It is third person plural, so has will come. Okay, to show possessive, third person. Here it is an exception. We are supposed to use have and not has. The girls have doubts in the topic. The girl has doubts in the topic. So, if it is not a pronoun, it is a proper noun or a common noun, if it is any type of noun. But if the noun is in singular, has. If the noun is in plural, we use have. Okay? So make a note over here. If it is not a pronoun, if it is any noun which is singular, we use has. The girl, if it if in place of girls, it would have been girl. We could have said the girl has doubt in the topic, because girl is singular, and with singular we say has. Okay, if it is plural, the girls have doubts in the topic. With plural, have we use. Okay, so make a note there. Let's take one more example. Yes, children dash. Just a minute. Hmm. Children dash to study a lot for the upcoming exam. Have or has? Children. Note that it is children. Children is plural. With plural, we use have. Children have to study a lot for the upcoming exam. What do you mean by this word upcoming? Upcoming means which is about to come, which is about to happen. Okay, so you can also note the meaning of this word upcoming. Have. Children have to study a lot. Because it is plural, we are going to use have with plural noun. If the subject is plural, it is not a pronoun. It is plural, we use have. If it is singular, we use has. Yes, the goat dash a wound on the leg. The goat has a wound on the leg. What do you mean by wound? Wound म्हणजे जखम, injury. Okay, so you can also note this in your dictionary. Hope you all are reading, you all are making a dictionary of the new words that you come across while you are reading. Yes, Sachin Khotekar, the goat has a wound on the leg. Goat is singular. With singular, we write has. With plural, we write have. The earlier examples, children have a lot to study. The girls have an enjoyable trip. Yes, it's has. The goat has a wound on the leg. It's wound. It's not wound. Okay, it's wound. All right. Let's move to had. Till now, it's clear for all. Okay. Had we use when we talk about past tense. Had we use when we talk about past tense. So had is nothing but the past form of have or has. I had fever, but now I am fine. So that is past tense. Okay. She had a toy. Children had enjoyed the picnic. The girl, now let's understand singular and plural over here. The girl the girl had a pretty dress. And if it is the girls, even though it will be had, whether it is singular, whether it is plural, in past tense, you are going to use had. Radha had a good time at the movie. Women had good time at the movie. Radha is singular, women is plural. Singular असू दे, plural असू दे, आपल्याला इथे hadच वापरायचं आहे past tense मध्ये. We don't have any other option. Okay, so past tense is very easy to understand. Okay, it's a cakewalk for you all, but you need to be very careful when you are using have and has. Okay, so let's revise. When we are using have and has, we use have when we talk about I, you, we, they, that is first and second person, and we use has when we talk about he, she, it. Then we use have when we talk about plural, but we use has when we talk about singular. Okay, noun. Noun I'm talking about. She has a pen. He has a pen. But if it is plural, boys have a pen. Girls have a pen. Okay, so make it clear here. Next, we learned about had. Had is used in past tense, whether it is singular, whether it is plural, be it any noun, be it any pronoun. कुठलंही noun, कुठलंही pronoun असू दे, hadच वापरायचे आपल्याला. All right. So in today's class, we learned about have, has, had, and we learned about when to add es in the verb. Okay, when to add es or s in the verb. Es we add with the verbs having ch, sh, x at the end, with the verbs which end with sh, ch, x. All right, so that's all for today's class. Okay, I want you all to just read this. Wife joins English speaking class, and after a few days, wife says, "Welcome home, darling," to her husband. And husband says, "I'm so tired today." But the wife says, "Okay, darling, rest in peace." So, rest in peace, though literal meaning is different, it means actually what is different than the literal meaning. Okay, it doesn't means what exactly the words mean. Rest, आराम कर, in peace, शांततेत आराम कर. But rest in peace is a phrase which we use for people, those who have died. Okay, so rest in peace, you are not supposed to use here in this situation. For a person who is tired, you can say, okay, you can rest for a while, but rest in peace, you are not supposed to use in this situation. It is used for people who have died. Okay, so that was the pun for the day. Yes, why did I take this joke for this class? Just to make you all understand that in English, you have something which is called as idioms. Okay, idioms are phrases which have a meaning different than the literal meaning. त्यांच्या शब्दाचं जे ऍक्च्युअल मिनिंग आहे त्याच्यापेक्षा वेगळं त्या फ्रेजेसचं मिनिंग असतं. लाईक यू आर द ऍपल ऑफ माय आय. यू आर द ऍपल ऑफ माय आय म्हणजे माझ्या डोळ्यातले ऍपल नाही. याचा अर्थ आहे तुम्ही खूप प्रिय आहात मला. पण या ज्या वाक्याचा जे एकेका शब्दाचा जो अर्थ होतो तो आणि या फ्रेजचा जो अर्थ आहे तो कम्प्लिटली वेगळा आहे. त्याला आपण इडियम्स म्हणतो. ओके, सो whenever you are using words, first try to understand the meaning of the word, of the phrase, and then use. All right, so keep reading, keep singing and practicing. Yes, many of you are sending me homeworks, so that's a good spirit that I can feel. You all are learning, but I expect some more so that you all can improve. Okay, so that's all from my side. Hope you all are enjoying, and see you in the next class, that is tomorrow. And for tomorrow's class, your homework will be, you have to frame sentences using have, has, had. You have to frame sentences using has, have, had, and importantly, read any book of your choice and try to notice the usage of has, have, and had in those in whatever you read. Okay. So that's all for today. Suggestions for vocabulary dictionary. Whatever you read, try to just find out the new words and then find the meaning of those words, write it in your book, or most importantly, that this is what I do with my young learners. I ask them to write it in on a colorful paper, paste it in their room, on their cupboard, wherever they are able to see, so that again and again they come across those words. Then they have to use it in their day-to-day language, and that's how your vocabulary will improve. अदरवाईज काय होणार, एक नवीन शब्द आज शिकले, त्याचा अर्थ शिकले, पण तो कुठे वापरायचा ते माहिती नाही. त्यामुळे उद्या नवीन शब्द शिकेल आणि कालचा शिकलेला विसरून जाणार. So you have to paste it somewhere and importantly use it in your day-to-day conversation so that you do not forget, and that is how your vocabulary will improve. Okay? Yeah. So that's it for today. Keep learning. I expect more homework from you all. Yeah. Bye dear learners. आपण सरस्वती वंदनाने आपला क्लास एंड करूया. या कुंदेन तुषारहार धवला, या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता, या वीणावर दंड मंडित करा, या श्वेत पद्मासना, या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवे सदा वंदिता, सा मा पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.